Okay, great. Well, today's session's on why we do what we do. And I presented this because I was asked at the last session back in December. I said, what do people want to understand? What do people really want to know? And so they've also asked me to try something new, and this is going to be different for me. Normally we present about an hour, hour and a half. I've shortened this down to make it really, really just the salient points. There's lots of things we could talk about, but today we're going to talk about some models and how to work with this. And so let's see here, make sure my thing is working. There we go. So today what we're going to do is really quick. We're going to think about thinking, and then we're going to kind of establish a framework for thinking more clearly, because everyone on the call is busy. They're working on lots of things, and how can they be more effective? How can they hit the ball straight more often where they want it to lay and be more successful in all their interactions? And then we're going to save some time for answering your questions. So, all right, so let's start thinking about thinking. What we're taught that people are rational, that we weigh all our options and we make rational decisions, and then we learn from our past. And the reality is not so much. And we all kind of go through and we've all overreacted, we've all acted irrationally, we've all made mistakes, we've all, pulled just plain boneheaded moves. So what we're going to talk about is what are the drivers of our behavior, and how can we use this understanding of these drivers to make better decisions and to have better outcomes more often, so that you don't have the best speech you'll ever regret or that email you wish you could pull back. So move forward. All right, so to prove anything, first thing you need to do is be aware of it. And this sounds pretty straightforward. It's saying, well, gosh, I think every day. So thinking about thinking doesn't seem to make much sense, but fish are the last to discover water. So you've been swimming around in your life, your entire life, and you may not be fully aware of some of the things that are actually impacting how you think, what you think, and why you think it. And so the first thing we got to do is first be aware of it, and then we've got to understand it, and then we've got to act to improve it and become proficient at those things. So this is a deceptively simple question. Why do we, what's the purpose of the brain? What is our brain for? And so thinking about this, one, it's to support and sustain life. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. It's to support and sustain life so that we can be more effective. But if you really think about your brain, all right, and this kind of creeps people out a little bit, but you have this 3 pounds of meat in a light-proof box, and it's yours. It's totally unique to you, and you keep it in this total custom-built light-proof box. And awareness is completely dependent upon the sensory organs. If you didn't have your sensory organs to perceive reality, you'd be living in a dream state where you were not even aware of what's going on. So what you see, what you sense, what you smell, what you feel, how you make, and so we use our perceived reality to make decisions and to take actions to improve our chances of survival. And if you really kind of go further, the true purpose of the brain is to predict the future. That's what it's doing all the time. It's thinking what's going to happen next. Because if you think about the past, it's already happened and it's not going to sustain you as you move forward. So your brain's goal is to predict the future. So we have sensing, we're going to interpret it, and we're going to respond. And this is called a systems thinking process. So if you have any kind of system, it senses what the set point is or what it's supposed to be. You sense what's actually happening. You interpret, and then you respond based on what you think the most appropriate response is for that. And some decisions need to be made faster than others. And so for all you Auburn fans out there, War Eagle, so the brain has two decision-making modes. We have thinking fast And we'll call this Systems 1 thinking. And also at the end of this presentation, I have a list of all the different references and things that you can go back and look more. A lot of this is from my book, The Workforce Engagement Equation, Creating and Sustaining High Performance. But there's also, I like to give credit to every other author that is out there. And Daniel Kahneman is a really great thinker. And he has this model called thinking fast, thinking slow. And so thinking fast is our intuition with Systems 1 thinking. We operate automatically and quickly with little or no effort and no sense of voluntary control. It cannot be turned off. And it is always going forward. So it maintains a mental model of how the world works. And it assigns initial meaning and significance to that model. So System 1 helps us prioritize what you perceive. You're all sitting somewhere listening to my voice and thinking, and you're focusing on the slides. But if you all just take a second and close your eyes, you may hear a fan. You may hear coworkers talking. You may hear your kid outside the closet where you're working from home. You may hear these things. And before you took the time, you may not have been aware of those things because the mind is receiving about 10,000 bits of information every minute. And to try to filter all that out, to just focus on what's important, that's kind of what thinking fast is about. Now, thinking slow, Systems 2 thinking, is basically kind of lazy. It only activates when the events violate the mental models. So a lot of times, Systems 2 is just kind of laying back. And as long as System 1 thinks it's got it handled, it's just kind of laying back, chilling. And it's like, okay, let me know if you need me. And it activates when we violate our mental models and allocates attention to the eventful mental activities that demand it, including complex computations. So if you're trying to do some calculus problems or stuff like that, it's engaging your System 2. But simple things like 1 + 1 is 2, and oh, there's Jenny and she doesn't like me. And so it doesn't really think or analyze these things. It's just like, this is the mental model. There's Jenny. I see her and I assume this is why Jenny does what she does. And then I go with that and I don't even think much about it. So Systems 2 is easily overwhelmed. It struggles to focus on multiple tasks. And so if you are multitasking and doing lots of things like that, you're not going to have this deliberative thinking process. And System 2 also governs your self-control within the job of overcoming the impulses of System 1. So System 1 says, panic, then Systems 2 has to be effective at intervening and stopping and being more deliberative in our thought process. So it's helpful to think about our thinking in two ways. Systems 1, fast. Systems 2, deliberative. And the problem with Systems 1 is, as it says, we're hardly aware of it. It makes all kinds of decisions that we're not even sure.
Hi there, I hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.